Alright guys, got a sale going out here. This is a little chunk dog backpack, so for a little dog, guess you put your dog in there. Anyway, I bought this at a Savers about 2 months ago. I paid $11 for it. I ended up selling it for $45 plus shipping. So, nice profit. Dog bags, there's money in dog bags. Look for them. Got a sale going out. This Volkswagen AG belt buckle from the 70s, from 1976. I picked this up 3 months ago at a thrift store. I paid way too much for it. It was a bad buy. I paid $30 for it. I was hoping to get maybe $70 or $80 for it. And I don't know, I just had a bad day, made a mistake. I bought it for $30. I ended up selling it today. Somebody offered me $30 for it, and I'm going to take it to move it. So I'm actually looking at a loss of probably around $10, $8 to $10 on this one. So yeah, I would not buy it again at that price. I clearly paid too much for this belt buckle. Sold this Philips Cafe Duo hot water maker. I picked this up 2 weeks ago at a thrift store. Usually comes with cups. This one doesn't come with cups. I paid $10 for it and I ended up selling it for $27 plus shipping. It's a nice little flip. I have sold this appliance a few times in the last year. Sold these two Dymo Labor Rider 450 Duos for $80 plus shipping. I picked these two machines up about 6 months ago at a Salvation Army. I paid $10 each for them. They did not come with power cords. These are just printer cords. And one of them worked when plugged into another power cord, and the other one did not. So I sold it as a lot from $10 into $80. Not bad. Alright, it's Paul here, and we're out here thrifting again, shopping, looking at stuff here. Thrift stores, stuff that we can sell on eBay or online, Poshmark. I'm looking at Salvation Army, and I'm looking at the West Bend, the Poppery. They wanted $15 for it, just too much money. I considered though it because it was so clean. Usually those popcorn makers are so dirty. This one was super clean though. And I had just picked up on a lower shelf these two LG water filters. They don't have a price on them, but I know they go for about $10 a piece. So I'll put those in my cart and see what Salvation Army wants for them. I'm in the sports section and checking out the golf clubs. I see this local kids set. I believe it was $10 for this. It's got two clubs in it. I think it was a decent deal, but decided to pass on it. Beside it was this kind of big fanny pack, this Jack Wolfskin hip hugger for $8. Decided to take a chance on that. I saw one sold for $25, so figured can take a chance on that. I'm looking in the blankets now, and I don't overlook the blankets. I see this Nintendo little blanket. They wanted $1.99 for it. That's cheap. I might use that for myself, just personal use. So threw that in my bag. That's kind of a cool item. I'm a sucker for the vintage video game stuff. And here I am looking. I'm looking at this belt buckle at Value Village. This Volcon. They wanted $10 for it. I thought maybe there'd be some money there, but nope. It was kind of a cool looking belt buckle, but there's like really no solds on that belt buckle. There's a lot listed, so I passed on it. Take a look at this clock here. It wasn't worth anything. I did a Google lens on it and couldn't find anything on it, so I passed. I Google lens stuff all the time in store if I'm not sure. This clock was made in China, just really cheaply built, so I passed on them. I'm still in electronics, looking around. There's an old typewriter that's not worth anything. This Logitech Attack 3 joystick, they wanted $25 for. It's selling online, shipped for like $15, so I don't know who's pricing this, but they really dropped the ball. Dropped the ball on that one, and that's an old Commodore printer or typewriter, sorry, that isn't worth anything. And I looked up that speaker too, it wasn't worth anything. I keep moving along. This is an old Betty Crocker for $8. Betty Crocker recipe box from the 70s with the recipes in it. They can sell. This one though for $8, it was just too much, and they're really heavy. So I decided to leave it behind. But if it was a couple bucks, I probably would have picked it up. I'm over in the toy section board game, and I had to hurry up and throw this stuff in my cart. There was people around me. I thought maybe this Tribon card set would have been worth something, but it wasn't. I scanned it. But I'm familiar with this game. For $7, they wanted this Nightmare game. It's a VCR game from 1991. It sells for $40 to $70, I believe, online. I've sold them before. I think the last one I sold I got $60 for. So threw that in my cart. I see this 1975 toy, this Tomy toy, the clock for $5.99. It's just in such good condition. I thought I would take it. It's light, easy to ship. I like old toys, that's something that I love selling, so really interests me. And I'm over in the lighting section here, Value Village, and I found an older IKEA lamp for $12, which is kind of high. But it's a really unique IKEA lamp. It's a giraffe, or it's supposed to be a giraffe lamp. It doesn't look like a giraffe to me though, but I could probably get like $30 for that. Probably price that $30. I tested it. It works too. Just weird looking. Weird sells, man. If you can find stuff that looks weird, it definitely sells. So I see an eye clicker in the baggy wall here. Got my attention. They wanted $5 for it, which is okay, I guess. But I usually get those for $1 or $2. So I left that behind. I'm here at Goodwill now, and I see this IKEA dioder for $3.75. It looks new open box. I tested it. They work. Just, yeah, it sells. This IKEA light thingamajiggy sells. Like, again, IKEA for the win. I don't know why these things sell, but IKEA does well for me. So here I am continuing on my trip to Goodwill, and I see another kind of little knick-knack. I wanted $2.25 for this cognac little plastic cannon thingy, and I see it's going for about like $15 to $20. I'm like, yeah, it's light, easy to ship. There's some sales history on it, so I'll try it. I'll give it a shot. So I put that in my bag, and I got a little pile here going. That's a heavy poker meat grinder. But I found lots of stuff today, guys, and we'll go over the items right away. I'll show you all that I got, some cool stuff. Alright guys, it's Paul here again. I'm back from being out thrifting. I went to 3 thrift stores today. So Goodwill, Savers or Value Village, and Salvation Army. And I found some stuff, so let's go over what I found. At Goodwill here, I found a bunch of these BBC DVD sets, and they are all new sealed, except for this one. And I paid $8 each for them. I think this one was $6 here. And they go for, like these Shakespeare ones, there's a sold on there. They're not, fast sellers, but there's like a $60 sale on one of those. So I might bundle these 3 together and sell them. This Kingdom set here goes for like between $30 and $50. So at $8, a Dr. Zhivago for $5 on Blu-ray goes for, I think it's like $18 or $19, $20. So there's some money there, and I figured I love selling sealed media because it's easy, right? It's sealed, so always look at that, especially BBC or PBS stuff that's sealed. For some reason, those seem to be pretty popular. Back here is a dog toy that I paid $3.75 for. It is appears to be a Nina Ottosson from Sweden. I saw there was some solds on eBay, like not very many listed either. It's kind of a rare dog toy, so I think it's a dog toy anyway. So took a chance on that for $3.75. Here's a IKEA for $11.99. I got an IKEA giraffe lamp. They call this giraffe lamp. It doesn't look like a giraffe to me, but anyway, apparently it is. It sells for like $30 plus shipping. So for $12, I figured I'd take a chance on it, and it does sell well. And I also tested it in store. I plugged it in. It works fine. Down here is a cool find. I love finding stuff like this. I don't know if you could see the price there. For $6.99, $7, I snagged this right away. This is the video board game from the early 90s called Nightmare. It's a VCR game. And they go from anywhere from $40 to up to $60, $70. I think the last one I sold was like $60. So I did open it in store, and there's a lot of pieces in this game. There's like 250 pieces, so I didn't count all the pieces in store, but I did open it and make sure everything was basically there. You know, all the bigger pieces and the VHS tape, of course. So I'm confident they're all there. If not, I can part it out and get my money back, no problem. You know, paying $7 for this. Generally speaking, the games that are intended for adults, so the older games, like this is for like 18 plus, they will have their pieces, right? Because adults are more responsible at putting the pieces back in the board game than are the younger kids, right? So if you find, you know, like a cranium caribou, well, there's more of a chance that you're not going to have a complete game there. But so it's always a good idea, again, in store, even if this thing was taped up, which it wasn't. I would open it and take a look in there, because I've opened games before and there's none of the pieces are in there, you know, so you don't want it to come home and be disappointed. So that's a good practice. Down here from Goodwill for $2.25, I got this little Courvoisier cognac, French cognac toy thingy. I don't know. I see they go for like $20 online, so I picked that up. Here's an IKEA. I'm going to sell this new open box dieter. These are lights, and they work. I plugged them in, and they Goodwill wanted $3.75 for these, and I see they go for $25 plus. At Salvation Army, for $1.99, I bought this Super Mario little blanket. I'm a sucker for Super Mario, old Nintendo stuff. I don't think this is that old. It does still have the, see, it's got the Nintendo logo. It's not that old, but for $2, like, you know, that's great. Back here is a 1975 Tomy answer clock toy. I paid $5.99 for that. It works. Tested it. Not big money there. Maybe $15, $20, maybe $25 at the most. I picked it up for a few reasons, but one being that it is in great condition. It just needs a wipe down. There's no, you know, marks. Even the label and whatnot is good. I've seen these where they've been completely trashed. So for a toy, you know, being from 1975, looking like that, that's wonderful. I took a chance at Salvation Army on this Jack Wolfskin hip hugger. It's in very good condition. I thought I had a coupon for sports stuff, so I was hoping the $8 that I paid for this would have been discounted by 40%, but they didn't at the till. They told me no. But for $8, I still think it's a good deal. There is one, so it's like a gigantic fanny pack, and it's in like almost like new condition, this one. And I see there's one sale for $25 plus shipping on eBay. So I'm going to take a chance on it, see how it goes. Down here at Salvation Army, I saw these two LG water filters. Love selling new water filters, and I only sell them when they're new sealed. If they're open, I do not touch them. So these two are new sealed. They didn't have a price on them, so I was a little nervous when I got the till at Salvation Army what he was going to charge me. And he said $1.99 each. I'm like, sure, no problem. They actually go for around $10 a piece. And they sell very fast. Sell-through rate's almost 100%. I've sold this before. I could tell just looking at the package. I knew right away, oh, what those are worth. Same with this. I've sold one of these before. This is a poker vintage meat grinder. Yes, meat grinders sell. It's heavy and made, I think, in Czechoslovakia. It's got all the parts there. I've seen these sell for as high as $80. So for $10, Goodwill wanted $10 for it. I had no problem paying for that. I will have to spend a little bit of time, you know, wiping everything down, but it's kind of nice. It's got the box and all the pieces are there, so it's good for me, good enough for me. So found those things, and then lastly, I'm taking a chance down here. I got these. This is a good brand to be on the lookout for. Sorry, that's not a decapitated head. That's my head model. by Dino Trucks there, if you can see. But these are Royces, made in Italy. They make ski boots, this company, and they're very popular, the ski boots, but they also make rollerblades. And these rollerblades, they look different. Look where the kind of the bumper is there. They wanted $8 for these Goodwill, and they're pretty rare. There's not a lot of them listed. I'm hoping to get at least $60 for them. $50 or $60 maybe. They're heavy, but I'll do calculated shipping on them, and they should sell. They're in good condition. They just need to be wiped down. There's no like tears or anything. That Royces brand is a good brand to be on the lookout for ski stuff. But it was a wonderful day to go thrifting. I had a lot of fun, and glad you guys come along with me. Again, I thank you for all the support. Thank you for, I'd appreciate if you like and subscribe. I can keep growing my channel. I've got a lot of work ahead of me cleaning this all up and listing it all. Thanks for watching, and good luck out there, guys. And remember, have fun. Sell stuff that you like to sell, that you have fun selling. If you love watches or jewelry, sell that stuff. I like toys and this kind of stuff, board games and stuff. So that's kind of what I sell. So have fun. Make it fun. If it's not fun, then don't do it. Find something else to do. All right. Good luck out there.